Shalom, Israel. Shalom, Bashim, Al-Shah, to all the brothers out there. Shalom, Yahweh Shabbat, Bashim, Al-Shah, to all the sisters. This is I.S.U.P.K, New Orleans, Shreveport, Bossier County. Come out of 1 West 125th Street on the direction of Commander General YAHANNA. If it's not coming from the I.S.U.K under Commander General YAHANNA, you are not in the truth. And, we just said we are here to educate our people, blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, and First Nation people about their true heritage. Their true heritage, is more of what comes out of the history books. Your history comes out of the Bible. There are scriptures that goes over and over again that we are the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. There's been all kind of artifacts found that we are the lost tribes of the nation of Israel. They are not those people that live in Israel now. They are not the true Jews. They are Polish, came up from Georgia, Russia. This is who they are. They're from all that area, all that Eastern Russia area. That's where they came from. And they snuck, and governments plotted together to take want to take the Middle East, and they put them down there, So they stole our culture, stole our name, stole our language, not our language, but we have our language. I.S.P.K have Lashawan Kadash class all the time, so we have found our language. Now we done found our identity, and now we got to start claiming, But you can't, but you have to learn how to be brotherly. Be a brother, to your brothers, not to the other. That's exactly what you want to do, and that's what we don't have. That's what is delaying the Most High coming. We got to start showing brotherhood. We got to start loving each other. All these murders going on, all these mass shootings going on, especially when it's our people doing it. That shouldn't be us. That's not our culture. Back in the 20s, 30s, and 40s, and 50s, 60s, all the way up into the 60s, there was no black gang, Hispanic gang, no First Nation people gang, Latino, none of that. None of that. We took on the oppressors' identity. We started doing what they do. They were back in those days, in the 20s, 30s, it was Italian gangs, Irish gangs, Jewish gangs, they was the mobsters. They was the gangsters. We took on, we are enemy the oppressor, and we followed in his ways. That's why we're in the position we're in now. Because we took on the oppressor's identity. We wanted to be just like him. We wanted to do the things he doing, and we're paying for it. That's now we got to come back and start being brothers to our brothers, stop killing one another, and start loving one another, start talking things out. You'll be quick to want to talk to somebody of another nation about something, but you kill your brother. Right. You claim, that you love this and love that, but you hate your brother. You can't go straighten that out with him. You can't go talk to him. It ain't even that serious. If you steal from him, you can pay it back. That's right. You can pay it back. If you sleep with your woman, yes, there's some women now. That means you ain't got that problem. He done took something off your hands that you didn't need, and it went like that. Even though that's wrong for him to do, but he really probably showed you something that you didn't see. For us with that. Then first of all, our households is messed up. It's just so much. Our women need to really start showing sisterhood. Take these brothers off child support. Get them to restraining orders off them, let them come see their kids. Quit keeping the kids from them. You want to be a daddy, let them be a daddy, because a lot of them don't want to be daddies. They just have babies and leave. That's right. You got some out here fighting, scratching, and clawing just to take care of theirs. Well, you got some that don't even care. Just got them out there probably $100,000 behind the child support. Ain't paid a nickel. They don't even, if they behind the child support, they don't even take no money over to the woman. They look at doing behind the child support, I'm gonna start doing this and this, and maybe she will drop dead. You would just have to handle, what you have in the reels. You have to handle that, but you have to first start being a father. That women just don't, all women are not the same. Some women will let you be a daddy. And then you have got them other women, they won't be sisterly for nothing in the world. They want to give you a hard time about everything. You know, you ain't giving her enough money. Like, what kind of money you think I'm making? What, I look like Bill Gates or somebody? So I can't give you $2,000 a month. What I'm gonna live on? How I'm gonna pay my rent? How I'm gonna provide for myself if you want that much money from me? Now, I understand if I'm making $10,000 a week and you want $2,000, okay, fine. But only making a couple of hundred, if you want big time money, hey, you're just not being a sister. You know, you being hard. You know, going to these scriptures, you know, really talk about brotherhood, nothing too hard, you know, really milk scriptures, you know. We go to 1 John 4:20. Get it right quick. Yeah, because we got to start loving one another. Because you know, that's what Christ and the Most High require, that we love one another. You know, forget all those petty beefs. You know, forget about all the jealousy you may have for a brother because he's doing this much better than you, and you hate on him. You covered his car, you covered his house, you know, you covered his wife, you know, and you ain't supposed to cover. You know, you're not supposed to do that. But you know, 1 John 4:20 reads. Let's see. Get right quick.
I got you. Book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 20. And it reads, if a man say, I love God. If a man say, I love God, and hated his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he have not seen?
You know, this saying goes so true. You see brothers on the street all day. You know, y'all can talk, you know, and anything y'all want to do that, you hate each other.
Right.
Ride doing drive-bys like you know, this is 1920s.
Right.
You know, one thing y'all ain't got is the machine guns they had back then.
That's right.
You know, but y'all doing that and killing each other. But you say you're quick to say, hey, I love God.
Right.
But you out here killing every day. How can you say that? Most I know you lying.
That's right.
I know you lying.
Right.
And you know you lying.
Right.
You know you lying. You know, you can't love your brother. You can't say you love God.
That's right.
You know, because it ain't hard to love your brother. You know, at one time we used to love each other.
That's
Black community. That's why you think they poured the drugs in our neighborhood. We was a strong people. We stuck together. And then when they poured that heroin off into the neighborhood, that was the first tip.
That's right.
When crack hit, then it started when they left the big cities like California, New York,
that's right,
Florida, Chicago, Detroit, and ventured off into the Midwest and the little rural areas of the South. It was all over.
That's right.
By 1991, it was just terrible. You know, and the thing about it, they called it a war on drugs. No, it was a war on us.
That's right.
That's all it was, a war on. You know, because crack really came by in the late 70s. It was mostly done by Hollywood stars and rich people.
Right.
You know, they called it freebasing back then.
Right.
You know, but as soon as we find a way to make it cheaper and make more money, that's when it came a problem because we cut them out.
Right.
We cut them out of the deal. You know, even though selling drugs is wrong, but I'm gonna tell you back then things were hard. So there was Reagan wasn't playing. Reagan was out to destroy us. Reagan and Bush, they was out to destroy 12 tribes. They did not. They was racist presidents. You know, Ronald Reagan, George Bush Jr. You know, Clinton was racist.
Right.
You know, Obama was racist.
That's right.
Trump was the most racist of them all, and he let you know that he didn't hide it like them. He did not hide it at all. He let it be a known thing. Hey, he said I.S.U.P.K ain't nothing but a bunch of rapists and murderers.
That's right.
But dope dealers, that's all they called it. And if you ever met I.S.U.P.K, do they have that in their country? Yes. Do we have it in our country? Yes. But that's not the only sport. They don't show that's all that's there.
That's right.
You know, they put those. They made Mexico in the state. They you know the U.S. is making all kind of money out of Mexico, and then letting who they want in and keeping all the others out. The ones that come over here and build a house in 3 days, they can't come over here. They got to go through all kind of process just to get over here or got to sneak over here. And get over here and work like a dog. You know, they will work their butt off. You know, because it's so hard. You know, but you know them the same thing. I mean, it was no MS-13 at one time. Now that is just one of the biggest Latino gangs it is.
That's right.
You know, and they try to say, you know, they came from El Salvador or Puerto Rico. No, they started right there in the prisons. That's where they started it. It's like every other gang started in the prisons. You know, but that's what you know people want to say how they love God when they can't even say a kind word to you. And we can talk about the Christians right quick. They say they love God, but hey, we come to them with this truth. They hate us. But we gonna tell you to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. And they gonna teach them. They say, oh, that's Old Testament. That's under the old law. You know, hey, Christ taught the old law. There was no New Testament when Christ was around. You know, there was no New Testament at all. Christ taught from the prophets. Because that's all it was. That's all the Sadducees and Pharisees had was from the prophets. But they did not follow. They followed some parts of the law and didn't keep other ones. So Christ was the biggest show of brotherhood. He showed ones that wanted to kill him.
That's right.
You know, he even taught them. You know, he even taught them they wanted to kill him. You know, he had hard-headed, disciples, but he still showed brotherhood and love toward him. Even though he knew what was going to befall him, but he showed them love all the way to the end. You know, that's what you want to do. You want to show love all the way to the end. You don't want to be no halfway. You know, you want to show brotherhood at all times. You know, because the Most High is looking at that. You know, because being a brother, because brotherhood is what's required. That's why in I.S.U.P.K, brotherhood is a must. You know, it's a must. You know, and we love each other. We don't see each other all the time, but we love each other.
Right.
You know, hey, we ain't fake like y'all. Y'all see each other every day and can't stand each other.
That's right.
You know, can't stand each other at all. But see each other every day, you know, all with that old fakeness, you know, like you love them, but really in your heart you hate them.
That's right.
You know, and it shouldn't even be like that. We're going to go to Matthew 5:22.
Sir, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 22. And it reads, "But I say unto you, that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Rakah, shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire."
You have so much of that going on. They be mad at their brother without even a cause. You know, just to be mad at them. You know, just because they figure I whoop this guy anyway. He's soft anyway.
Right.
You know, they be like that. And they know without a cause because they can do something, you know. And then you got some people talk about you so bad, call you a fool and a man.
Right.
You know, hey, all that's coming with punishment.
That's right.
You know, you cutting your brother down, that's a punishment coming with that. Call him a fool, you're in danger of hellfire, you know. You must believe that because the Most High requires that you love your brother. How you think we're going to come up out of here? You think he just going to sit back while we not showing no brotherhood, no love, no sisterhood, you know? And he just going to come and free us? No. Like you said, on the remedy.
Right.
It's going to be that remedy. When we trying to get all y'all, we trying to say, hey, we trying to plead to the Most High, save us all. But it's on y'all. Y'all got to come on in. I know that Chris Church had that feel good music. You go in there, you got that music. Ain't no music in here. I'm
That's
sorry.
right.
You know, no, because we don't get in our feelings in here. You know, we ain't about that feeling stuff. You know, what you need a song, you know, but you back, you know, you good, like tonight, it's church night. You good for the night, but soon as church over, you back into your old ways.
Right.
You know, you back on the phone gossiping about this sister, that sister, you know, you're still doing that. You're on the phone, their brother cutting down this brother, that brother, you know, you're still doing that. But you don't want to hear about this law and about brotherhood. You're like, man, he ain't my brother. He ain't my brother.
That's right.
No, that is your brother. Issachar is your brother. You know, Benjamin is your brother.
That's right.
Ephraim is your brother. Simeon is your brother. Gad is your brother. All those 12 tribes that you see on our sign is your brother. If your father is from any of those tribes, those are your brothers. You know, you have more than just a black brother. You that Hispanic that you see, that's your brother. You know, that brother you cut down, you know, you gonna get punished for that. You know, the brother you refuse to love is coming back on. The brother you think you're doing so much better than, he in a rut, live in a shack, ain't got no money half the time, and you looking down on him, hey, that's gonna be you. The role's gonna be reversed. You gonna be in hell. And he gonna be in Abraham's bosom. Things gonna turn around for him. And you gonna wish the day that you had showed brotherhood, but it's gonna be too late. It's gonna be too late. We go to Matthew 18:21.
All right, sir. Book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 21. And it reads, Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me, and I forgive him? Till 7 times?
You see that? It's Peter asking Christ, okay, my brother done wronged me. How many times he got to wrong me and I forgive him? How many times, Lord? You know,
I got
you. Okay.
Verse 22. Jesus said unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7.
In other words, it ain't no nothing. You forgive that brother. You know, you forgive that brother. Just like you're going to be forgiven. You know, just like you do something to somebody, you know, you might do it unknowing. You might even know you have offended your brother. But you'll want to be forgiven once you know you have offended him. You'll want to be forgiven too. So that's why there's no number on it. You know, unless it's the same offense time and time again.
That's right.
You know, but other than that brother, you know, forgive that brother. Look outside. Get out your own world and look outside. Look at all these murders. Look at what's going on in your, okay, even if you don't live in a bad neighborhood, drive through your old hood that you used to live in when you was young, and see what it is. And you'll know, you know, we need brotherhood.
That's right.
You know, those little young guys on the street, all they know is to buy a semi-automatic rifle and shoot somebody. That's all they know now. You know, that's all they know. That's what we have, our leaders have left us with. You know, that our children can have, they choose their own sex now. You know, our children can choose their own sex now. They can decide at 3 and 5 years old, they want to be a little girl, or a little girl want to be a boy, or a boy decide he want to be a girl. But I say this place is wicked. It is wicked. You know, this is modern day Sodom and Gomorrah.
That's right.
Modern day Egypt, modern day Babylon, Little Home. You know, this place is evil. You know, and like I said, we're not. This is not our risk. This is not our home. So they rules don't apply to us. We got our own set of rules that come beside this holy Bible, and that's what we need to be following. And the first one is love God with all your heart and all your mind, and all your soul, and love your brother also. That's what you do. You know, those two commandments. And that shouldn't be hard. He said, you got those two, the other 612 you can do.
That's right.
You know, you can do. If you follow them two, because you done knocked out the biggest two you have to do. You know, and, move on to Matthew 25 and 40.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 40. And it reads, and the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me.
That's Christ speaking. Hey, you did it unto that brother. You done did that to me.
That's right.
That's the kind of man he was. This is the kind of man Christ was. You heard the least of somebody. I'm talking about he could be the scrubs in society, living under a bridge, you know, eating a dirt sandwich.
That's right.
You do something wrong to him, you did it to Christ.
That's right.
And you better believe it. You know, when you see a homeless, one of your homeless brothers out there, throw him a little change. Like I said, you know, I know you probably say, oh, you might be on drugs or something like that. I say, hey, so most of them guys be vets and went crazy. They got this PTSD, you know, because Army do all kind of crazy things to you. Set you off in a war, and a lot of them get killed by friendly fire. And that's what really drive them crazy. It ain't like they got killed by the enemy. They got killed by their own. You know, they got killed right by their own. You know, and they come back. You know, they come back topside. They can't even get help from the VA. Right. The Veterans Administration won't even help them out. They got to go through all kind of loopholes just to get help. You know. And say, you got to get 41 something.
Sir. Verse 41. Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, depart from me, ye cursed, enter into everlasting fire, SKYPE, prepared for the devil and his angels.
So hey, if you do that, if you do not show no brotherhood, the same hell he got for the oppressor, you're gonna be right with him.
That's right.
You're gonna be right with him. That's the devil. That's right. The Bible speaks of. The white man's the devil that the Bible speaks of, in case you don't know. That's right. You know what now? That's who the devil is. He is the deceiver. Ain't he a deceiver? That's right. Ever since you been young, you didn't know he been a deceiver. Yeah, right. Didn't you watch Roots? If you ain't, I suggest you watch it. To just get a little taste of how much of a deceiver he was. Right. He changed that whole narrative of what really happened over there. They showed him going over there. They being captured. They didn't get captured. They got captured by Africans. That's right. They got captured by Africans. The white man didn't go over there and take nobody because they couldn't stand the heat, the mosquitoes, the other bugs, the snakes. So them Africans rounded us up and put us on them ships built by the Israelites. When you is not a man forgotten in this. Okay? We know how you like to say, hey, Abraham and Ishmael was brothers. Right. So they make us brothers. No, we are not brothers. Okay? We're not brothers. You Israelites. You was cast out. Promise with the eyes. You got riches and all that. That's why you're doing so well now. Because the Most High gave you that. But he also gonna give you more. That's what he's gonna give you. Because I know short also. They know they coming up for punishment too. They know the scriptures also. And they see us and they see fear. They see they don't see Allah. You know.
Praise the Lord, Christ.
Yeah. But like I was saying, yeah, the Israelites, they see us when we come in with the headband studs, you know, fringes and stuff, you know. They like, you know, they see the da and everything. At first, when one say me, they ask me, what you doing with that Jewish symbol on? I said, this is not a Jewish symbol. This is a da. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. You know, and you know, he knew what he was talking about because he was from New York. But they moved down here. I know they say one west, street corners. I know they sing. So they know when they see us, they know who we is. When other people see us, they might not know, but they know. The Israelites know. They know. They know when the Most High come back, we gonna be occupying the land that they stole. We taking it back. The land that those Jewish people are occupying Israel now and Jerusalem now, we taking it back. You know, Christ coming with 200 million angels, and he's gonna take it all back from. Now we can go to Luke 6:31. Reads, and as you would that man should do to you, do you also to them likewise. So this is Luke 6:31. Hey, be brotherly to each other, you know, because you want somebody to be brotherly unto you. Wouldn't you want somebody to be nicer to you? If you being nice to them, you know, because a lot of people don't know how to show brotherhood or be a sister. You know, you got to learn. Hey, if you want love, you got to know how to show love. You know, that's just that's just basic. You know, you learn that as being young. You know, first, to get love, you got to show love. You know, to get respect, you got to show respect. You know, you have to do all of that. You know. Now, Mark 12:31. Let's start at verse 30. Mark 12, verse 30. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart. We start at 29. And Yahweh, 28. And one of the scribes came and having heard them reason together. And seeing that he had answered them well, asked them, which is the first commandment of all? And Yahweh shall answer him, the first of all the commandments is, hear, O Israel, the Most High, our power is one Most High. One Lord. Verse 30, and thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment. Verse 31, and the second commandment is like, namely this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is none other commandment greater than these. That's what I just went over, If you can get those two commandments out the way, love the God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, that means you probably need law, statutes, commandments. That means you got to love that brother that you don't want to love. That means you're going to have to change. That old person got out of that. And that new person that did want to love their brother, he can love their brother because he knows how now. He knows that's part of the law. And here, we follow the law. And the law is not grievous. Not grievous is part of his law. The Christian church will have you believe in. Following God's law is the hardest thing you could ever do. And I'm here to tell you as a witness, it was the easiest thing I ever done. When I left them and joined the I.S.U.P.K, trying to find out, hey, that was easy. They have you believing all your life. You cannot follow God. All the Jesus able to do that. And I'm going to tell you, that's a lie. We do. we follow these laws. We put down that shrimp. We put down that crab. We put down that lobster. We put down that pork. We did away with the lies of Christianity and start going into these scriptures ourselves and learning what to do and start following real priests and prophets. Learn the law, statutes, commandments of the Bible.
That's right.
That's what we start doing. So let's think about it. You got to get away from the false prophets and come into the I.S.U.K. and get real prophets. And that's the only way you're going to learn. Then you see for yourself that these law, statutes, commandments is not hard to follow. You know, they easy. You know, a lot of people that ain't gonna understand why you do this. You was raised on pork. You was eating pork juice when you was a baby in your mouth. You know, but then they can't understand. You gave it up. You don't do it no more. Hey, I follow God's law. I follow the laws of the Bible. You know, your pastor don't teach you that. Oh, well, that's old biblical law. No, we ain't into that. You know, we're under a new covenant. We're under grace. Yeah, but that don't mean the law. The law didn't see just because you are under grace. The law still apply. The law still apply. Just because you're under grace don't mean you can just do what you want. No, you still got to follow these laws, statutes, commandments. But that's what they would have you believe. Go to John 13 and 34. This is Christ reading right here. You know, a new commandment I give unto you, that you love one another. Really, there was not a new commandment. There was an old commandment, but he just told them it was new, that you love one another. You know, as I have loved you, that you also love one another. That's like Christ said, I have loved you. But I want you to love one another as I have loved you.
That's right.
You know, this was all Christ we asked, you know, and that's what we do in the I.S.U.P.K. We love. We love. You know, I know, I'm just saying you been in relationships. You ain't gonna get along all the time. I can tell you that. You know, anybody say they get along all the time, so something wrong because you gonna clash at some time because your love gonna get tested. You know, it's gonna get tested. You know, when anybody say, anybody tell you they don't never have something wrong. Because the real gonna say something to you. You know, in verse 35 said, "By this shall all men know that you are my disciples, if you have love one to another." That's how you know that you really love Christ, because you have love one to another. You love your brother, your sister love their sisters. Sisters love their brothers. They love the other ones, and the other one love is real. That's how you know that you are Christ. Like I said, everybody say, Lord, Lord, they ain't know the crisis because they don't show brotherhood. Only thing about is making money. That's all you hear. How can we raise up this money? They got every church have a building fund. I know for myself when I was young, I know that building fund went on at least 15 years of my knowledge. I don't know how long. All I know they finally ended up moving to another church, and now they trying to get another one. So a building fund never stops. Push on John 15:12. This John 15:12 reads, "This is my commandment, that you love one another, as I have loved you." Verse 13, "Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends." So this is exactly what Christ did. Christ went through the worst kind of torture that no man could ever tell you about, you know, and you can't even explain the kind of torture Christ went through. You know, you have no now. Just imagine you having, you know, you on this torture device,
Right.
With stakes in your hands and feet, and you're kind of scrunched up. You ain't stressed out. You like hunched over, where you're like bending over, but you can't breathe.
Right.
You know, just imagine you like that. You know, and where else taught. You know, sometimes they had to put them out their misery. You know, just to keep them from suffering.
Right.
But Christ suffered. He suffered for us, for our iniquities. You know, he was that sacrificial lamb for us. You know, so that's why, you know, there. You know, that's why they say, hey, after that, there ain't no more sacrifices you can do. You know, because Christ was that sacrificial lamb for us. That's why you say, you know, greater love have no man than this. The man laid down his life for his friends. And we do the same thing in this I.S.U.P.K.
That's right.
We lay down our life, you know. We don't
Right.
mind coming into the gaps into y'all neighborhood and start talking to y'all and let y'all know the real things going on.
Right.
Since the Christian church won't do it, because I know why. Because I know probably you don't want to hear it, because the Christian church really messed things up. You done see probably been in church, see the pastor talking, next thing you know, pastor in the hood.
Right.
You see pastor picking up girls.
Right.
Pastor buying drugs. You know, and if he ain't doing, he's sending somebody else to do it for the church. And you see that. He's oh man, ain't nothing to that. Ain't nothing to that. So it makes our job just that much harder. But hey, we don't mind. You know, because we know where you get your thinking from the Christian church. Because you know, because like I said, Christ was never in Christianity in the first place. Never ever. You know, he was not in there. He had followers of Christ, but for far as that Christianity, you know, Roman Catholicism and all that, Christ wasn't a part of that. You know, that wasn't none of him. You know, but people would have you believe that the Most High is off in their church. He blesses them. No, you curse with a curse, because you are not teaching what you're supposed to be teaching. You're not teaching to follow these laws, statutes, and you ain't teaching to love one another. You know, I know you see them in church. Hey, turn to your brother and tell him you love him. When you know they all hate each other. You know, every last one of them hate each other, and you know it. But yet, you know, you don't rebuke them. You know, because you know you don't love them either. You just love their money. So that's why people have a misconception when they come to the teaching them about the Most High, because Christianity have messed everything up. You know, Christianity has really has really messed our people up. You know, just say people, our people. You know, that's why it's hard getting them out of those Christian churches.
That's right.
You know, because they got that witchcraft going on in there. And like I said, Christianity is a hell of a drug. You know, once you get a taste of that, you stuck. It's just like hitting crack for the first time. It's hard to get off. You may be on it 30, 40 years when you finally get off of it. But that's the same way Christianity is. Why he don't teach you the women to have sisterhood. You know, they may call it a sisterhood, but every last one of them can't stand each other. You know, somebody come in with a new dress, you know, look at her. Look what she got on. Look, then a brother might come in with a suit. So he ain't the best suit, but hey, this is the best he got. Instead of them, they give him a suit, you know, or something better, they rather talk about it.
Right. You
know, so that's kind of brotherhood that went on off in that Christian church. You know, there was no brotherhood, no sisterhood, you know. And for Proverbs 17:17. Okay. Proverbs 17:17. A friend love it at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. So that's what you got into I.S.U.P.K.
That's right.
You know,
all right.
We brothers. You know, and we friends. And when time get hard, we can call, hey, I got this problem, that problem, you know.
Right.
Hey, could you hear me? I can't come. Hey, I ain't got no money to come to class, sir. Could you cash out me some? No problem, bro.
That's right. All right.
See, that's what we have up here. Let's, you know, and then this is the best thing I like about it that we like the Christian church. They don't even want the money back.
That's right.
That's the kind of brotherhood we have. Man. You say, hey, yo, man, you don't owe me nothing. You think you got that out there? No, we have that in here.
That's right.
You know, we have that in here. You know. So you say you can make it up to me in another kind of way, man. Don't even worry about that right now, man. You my brother. I love you. You needed that. Hey, I had it. You know, and that's what I'm supposed to do. You know. And so that's the kind of brotherhood we have in here. You know. Because I call these brothers for anything. You know. Even though I don't call them, but I can call them for anything. You know, if I need, you know, a little guidance on something they don't have a problem with, it was like, hey, look here, let me call you back in a few minutes. You know, I'm doing something right now, but they can call me back and get me straight. You know, so that's brotherhood. Some brothers won't even pick up the phone for you, you know, out there. They're like, oh man, I was busy doing this and that and this, you know, I had this going on, that going on, and you know, I seen your call, you know. That was 2 or 3 days ago.
Right.
You know, this kind of brotherhood you got out there. But here they called you right back. You know, it was the problem. Anything wrong? You know, you need to come down there, man. You need to come up here. What's the problem? This kind of love they have in I.S.U.P.K.
That's right.
You know, yeah, I never forget. I was just a young man, and we had a bad storm. And, you know. And I didn't really know about it too, but anyway, one of the captains up in Arkansas texted me and asked me did I have food, you know, and supplies put up. It just so happened I did. I told him I was good. I mean, never seen him before, never talked to him before, but he reached out to me. That's what I knew. I wouldn't end nothing wrong.
That's right.
Because the Christian church will never do it.
That's right.
They'll never do it. I.S.U.P.K. they'll do it to me. And I'm proud of Pastor a couple times of Passover, but never know. But he knows me.
That's right.
You know. Yeah, we're gonna move on. We're gonna go to Ecclesiastes. Let's see, 4 and 9.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, verse 9. 2 are better than 1, because they have a good reward for their labor.
It ain't good to be alone.
That's right.
You know. That's why the I.S.U.P.K. we have a brotherhood. So you're
right.
never alone. You ain't never alone. You pick up that phone. Hey, oh, that brother don't care if we gotta talk to you all night. Even to get you back on track. You know, like I said, 2 is always better than 1 because 1 can lift, the other can lift the other one up.
That's right.
You know.
Verse 10.
Verse 10, sir.
Verse 10. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow, but woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he have not another to help him. To help him up.
That's the thing about it. That's what I like about this I.S.U.P.K. Like, you may hear this church off at the Christian church, but guess what? You fall, guess what? You just don't fail. But that's what you got in the Christian church. You just don't fail.
That's right.
You know, you better get up. That's what they're going to tell you. You better get up. And oh my, I.S.U.P.K. Brother, what's wrong? Hey, brother, hey, I don't like what you're doing right here. You know, I don't like that.
That's right.
We talk about this, you know.
Right.
You know, what's going on with you?
Right.
You know, hey, I don't want you going back in that word.
That's right.
So they checking on you. See, Christian church don't care. As long as you get it. Or you got somebody in your family giving, or just because you gone, okay, no, I still got to make money, bread, want to still giving them big tithes and
right.
offerings. They don't care nothing about you if you fall. You know, so if you fall, at least in the I.S.U.K, you got a brother to pick you up.
That's right.
You know.
So like if I could too, man, I was reading an article, man, a minute ago, about how this 90-year-old woman, man, she had died. And all her life, like she had been in the church for over 50 years, man. This church that she had attended, and she paid tithes for 50 years, man. Did you know that this Christian church did not bury it? They had to start a GoFundMe to bury a 90-year-old woman. You know what I'm saying? Because she done gave all her damn money until some people that just didn't give a damn about her, man. You know what I'm saying? They had no brotherhood, no sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? And didn't give a damn about saying that, hey, well, you know, the last few months she ain't paid her tithes. You know what I'm saying? That's why we ain't. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't do nothing like, God damn, man, good night, man. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that, man. Over 50 years, you done paid your tithes, man. You know what I'm saying? And you done contributed to a church, man, to be successful or to, you know, to just stay above waters. You know what I'm saying? And here you is dead as a dope knob, man, and you can't even get put in a exceptional casket and get put in the ground right. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't paid your tithes in the last few months, man. You know what I'm saying? I just want to throw that in there.
They don't care. You know, hey, she's slipping. Oh, she dead. Oh, I
can't do nothing.
We ain't got it. In the budget. And the treasury food.
That's gonna take away from the bill.
Yeah. Oh, man. Me and my wife going to ruin next month. I can't just spend that kind of money on her. You know, they finna go to the South America. I ain't got.
They better sell some catfish places.
They say, hey, you better, I got $100. I got about $500 sent to the crematorium. That's exactly what they're gonna tell them.
Good night.
You know, you want to go to get cremated, but that's why I say woe to them that is alone.
That's right.
You know, so it was woe unto that woman because she didn't know she was alone. She done gave faithful member for over half a century. Just get treated like trash while you gone.
Right.
But it was like, Sister Mary, I love you.
That's right.
Stand up, sister, stand up.
Right.
You know, you private, you put it good in collection plate.
Right.
You know, and put half that Social Security off in the collection plate.
Right.
But yet, at your time, couldn't even get a pine box. Couldn't even get a pine box. At least got a pine box.
Right.
Okay, you know, at least very decent. You know, when they was saying they had to do a GoFundMe.
Good night.
That's the kind of brotherhood and sisterhood you have up in the Christian church.
That's right.
You know, you can say we talk about them and dog, man, you know this thing. You go there. You know what goes on. You know, y'all be on social media talking about it. You know, y'all be the very one talking about what goes on in the Christian church. Always posting up meetings. You showing the sister twerking up in church and this and that, and how they fighting all up in church and all that. This kind of brotherhood, sisterhood they have up in there. You know, they're some scary people. You know, I don't wish that kind of stuff on nobody. I've been trying to pull my family up out of there for the last 2 years, you know, but it's something you gotta learn. This too. Some people love their sins. You know, they say, hey, you follow these laws, that's commanded. I mean, they gotta stop some of the little sneaky things that they do.
That's right.
They gotta cut that out.
Right.
You know, so that's why they don't want to follow the truth because they gotta stop. Let's say you got a woman, she may got about 5 or 6 men.
Right.
She got to give all that up. She
right.
Giving all that up. That's money.
That's right.
She ain't giving all that up. You may have a brother. He may go to church, but he probably one of the biggest dealers on the street.
That's right.
So he's gonna give it up. Yeah.
You know
he ain't giving that up.
And so like if I could, man, you know what I'm saying? That's how you know that the church is you know, that Christianity is something that your oppressor gave to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because anywhere you can go and you can remain the horrible person that you know. You go to church because you feel bad because you're doing something. You're doing something that you know you shouldn't be doing. You tell yourself, I need to go to church. And then when you get there, they say, oh, man, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to change, man. The Lord done away with sin, man. You know what I'm saying? We know you're not going to be perfect, brother. You know what I'm saying? You selling drugs in the community? Oh man, just pay your tithe. Matter of fact, pay more than your tithe. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna be forgiven. You know what I'm saying? So that ought to tell you, man, that people go to church or people find Christianity because it accepts their lifestyle already. You know what I'm saying? They know that they don't have to change. They're not held accountable there. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to stop hating a brother or hating a sister. You know what I'm saying? Hate goes on right there in the building, man. You know what I'm saying? Envy and jealousy and all kinds of wicked spirits, man. You know what I'm saying? Is going on in that place, man. You know what I'm saying? That is not a place that you can learn to be a better creature, man, or a different creature, or a newborn creature, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a place where you go, you know what I'm saying, to join a hell party, man. You know what I'm saying? That's it, man. You know.
Yeah. But they love to say, come in here and change.
Right.
When they know that's the biggest lie they ever told.
That's right.
You ain't changing nothing. You may come in there dressing like a not dressed too good. Now they gonna give you some clothes from the Goodwill or something that they ain't got. They're gonna dress you up. That's the only thing they gonna change.
Yeah,
about
it's a circus.
you dress.
It's a circus.
Yeah, that's all it is. A circus.
That's right.
You know, and a club.
That's right.
So all this, it'll stop me in church. I mean, I'll never forget my son in church.
Right.
He asked me to come up there and pick him up. So I walked inside because I know everybody, been doing this since I was young. I get off in there. You tell me why they twerking.
Good night.
They twerking. I'm like, I know the pastor been doing that since young. He probably like 10 years older than me. That right. When he was on the streets smoking crack.
Right.
He became a priest. What I'm talking about? I said, I don't think he's better than that. I'm like, he's like, he enjoying it. He just got a big smile on his face.
Right.
Because they right in front of him doing
That's right.
And his wife up there looking like.
Right.
But that's what I wish I'd have had before. We'd be taking pictures and just video. This is your Christian church.
Right.
This is your pastor getting twerked on. That's a crazy place, and it's getting worse. It's getting worse. It's getting worse and worse. They at one time they cared a little bit. 40 years ago they cared. Now, it's just a house of sin. That's all it is, just a house of sin. And everybody in it, like I said, everybody that's off in there, and they come look at us, they say, why is our brothers dressed like that? Because this is the Bible, with studs and fringes, and borders of blue. That's in the Leviticus. That's in there. We dress in how the priests dressed back then. That's why we dress now. I don't think they was wearing 3-piece suits back then. I don't think they was wearing some Stacey Adams alligator shoes. No, they didn't. They was beards, boots, and braids. That's what they was. They had, in other words, locks. Except these ain't no dreadlocks, because these can be unlocked.
That's right.
Dreadlocks, once they locked, that's it.
That's right.
You stuck with them. Verse 11, sir.
Come on, sir. So like what chapter we was on again? Okay. Chapter 4, verse 11.
Come on, sir.
Come on. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, verse 11. Again, if two lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone?
That's just so true. Like I said, the world is a cold place. If you by yourself, hey, you're free. But if you got that brother, and he's showing their brotherhood, he gonna give you heat. Y'all give each other heat.
That's right.
Y'all keeping each other warm.
That's right.
And then keeping each other rooted up in these scriptures.
That's right.
Make sure you stay on the path. We ain't gonna abandon you like these other false religions, like those false religions out there.
That's right.
You would not be abandoned in here. If you walk away, you walked away on your own volition. You walked away on your own volition. Because in here we teach have to show brotherhood, show sisterhood, and love. That's our main goal. Show that love. You know, because without love, you are lost. You know, you're lost by love. Can I get verse 12, sir?
Come, sir. Verse 12. And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him, and a threefold cord is not quickly broken.
See, it's a problem most people have. They think when they clean themselves up, that's it. You know, the battle over. You know, the battle is over. No, the battle is not over. It's just begun. You know, like I said, same job. He does okay. He done clean himself up. Okay, I'm gonna get back at him. I know he's still tweaking. So he a little weak. So you got that brother. He helped you prevail over Satan. Because when you're feeling weak, you got to pick up that phone and call somebody. You find yourself acting out of character, call somebody.
That's right.
You know, call somebody because you just don't know the damage you can do. You know, I'm gonna tell you, words hurt. You know, words hurt a lot. And you gotta always have a sister or brother you can call. Things happen. That you can call. Get some guidance on what to do. Like I said, if somebody prevail over you, like I said, just use Satan. Satan prevail over you, you got that brother. Hey, brother, I'm having a problem right now. Because I need to talk to you. I'm feeling like I want to go back and start doing this. I want to go back and start doing that. That brother gonna talk to you and coach you right back in.
That's right.
Sister gonna talk to you and coach you right back in. But you gotta accept it. You gotta accept. You can't do it alone. You need sisterhood. You need brotherhood.
That's right.
You need that. That is needed. It's just like you was out in the world. It's different being out in the world. You gotta be alone out there. But when you in this battle, against your flesh, you need help. You can't. You find out you can't fight it by yourself. Sometimes something might happen that weakens you. And you got that brother or sister you can call to put you right back where you need to be. Go 1 Peter 2:17.
So like if I could pull a precept going to what you're talking about.
Yes, sir.
Behold, what you got with woman, give me Luke 11 and start at 24.
Okay.
Like this speaking on when a brother or sister cleanse themselves of the spirits, like he was saying, like Officer Y'all was saying, you got rid of those old habits, those old ways, those old simple ways. You know what I'm saying? But the devil is saying, oh, he's still tweaking, he'll slip up. You know what I'm saying? She'll slip up. Like this is why it's important that when you clean yourself of these evil spirits, that you endure and maintain. You know what I'm saying? Because you can end up in a worse predicament than you was in before by going backwards. You know what I'm saying? And backsliding. You got that scripture out?
Come. It's the book of Luke, chapter 11, verse 24. When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man.
Right. The unclean spirit is gone. You got rid of the unclean spirit. You stop committing adultery. You can stop dealing with other men's wives. You can stop dealing with drugs. You know what I'm saying? You can cleanse yourself up. Read on.
Come. He walketh through dry places.
Right. This demon is walking through dry places, man, because it ain't nothing going on. You know what I'm saying? Like this, how you know the scripture was written by black people. If we say something dry, it's dry.
Dry.
It's dead. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing going on. You feel what I'm saying? Like that. That's why you can always find a demon where fun is, because it's fun to sin. You know what I'm saying? But in this case, the demon is walking through dry places. It's dry. Read on.
Come. Seeking rest and finding none.
Right. A demon's rest is when it possesses you. A demon rests inside of you. A demon is constantly working and working and working and trying to entice brothers and entice sisters. You know what I'm saying? But until you give in, that demon don't have no rest. When you give in to that demon is at rest because now the order is complete. You know what I'm saying? I can go back and tell Satan, though, I did this and I did that. You know what I'm saying? And Satan can go report to the Most High God that, you know what I'm saying, I got this person doing this and this person doing that. Like you see in the book of Job. Read on.
Okay. He said, I will return unto my house whence I came out.
Right. Now this demon is out and finding no place to rest. You know what I'm saying? This demon loves you. This demon been with you since you was a child, man. Since you first started, since you first smoke your first blunt, this demon been with you. You know what I'm saying? Your first time having sex, this demon been with you this whole time. And this demon want to come back to you. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Okay, verse 25. And when he cometh, he findeth it swept and garnished.
Right. This demon is trying to latch on to the sin that you used to do. This demon is trying to latch on to your addiction. The demon is trying to latch on to your problem. But it's swept and clean. You don't have no problem. You done came in this truth. You done cleaned yourself up. You know what I'm saying? He see that it's swept and it's garnished, man. Read on.
Okay, verse 26. Then goeth he and taketh to him 7 other spirits more wicked than himself.
Right. Now he goes and he goes and gets 7 more spirits more wicked than him. You know what I'm saying? Like the oppressors like to say marijuana is a gateway drug. Because first you start out smoking marijuana. You know what I'm saying? Then you start out dealing with cocaine and, you know what I'm saying, doing all kind of hard drugs. Now you're popping pills and, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you know, if you in the ghettos, you see these drug addicts. They smoke weed, they snort cocaine, they pop pills, they smoke ice. You know what I'm saying? Any kind of way that they sniff pills. Any kind of way that they can get high, they do it. These demons come stronger demons than the first demon, man. Read on.
Gonna come. And they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first.
Right. If you cleanse yourself of sin, you cleanse yourself of your unrighteous ways, and you go back to your unrighteous ways, you're going to end up in a worse state than you was when you first started off, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important that you endure in this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? This is not a short race, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. This is a marathon. It goes on and on and on and on. And you got to endure through all of that, man. That's it.
Yeah, and what you were saying, so Adam, man, it's just, you know, some people do not want to endure. They want the easy way out.
Right.
You know? They want to go back, you know, and then, you know, they just don't know what the Most High taking record of that. So, you know, you don't have no strength. You know, I give you brothers, but, you know, it's like you reject them. You know, brother give you good counseling, but you can't seem to stay on the path. You know, and that's why, you know, that he let them demons come back in, and he worse than what he was. You know, way worse than what they were. You know,
So like if I could too, because I want to tap in on what the ones that brought out, man. He left a little beat on the bone. If I could just read them last 2 verse 27 and 28.
Go ahead.
And it reads, this is the book of Luke chapter 11, verse 27. It's saying it came to pass, as he spake these things, a certain woman of the company lifted up her voice and said unto him, Blessed is the womb that bare thee, and the paps which thou hast sucked. So she basically saying, you know what I'm saying, bless the woman that raised you to be able to bring this word of God to us, you know what I'm saying, and bless the, you know what I'm saying, the breast that nourished and fed you. You know what I'm saying? So you can have the strength out here to, you know what I'm saying, teach these words to us. Verse 28 reads, but he said, this is Christ, you know what I'm saying? Yea, rather, Salaki. This is Luke, Salaki. But he said, yea, rather, blessed are they that hear the word of God and keep it. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, It's one thing to hear the word, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing to hear this, man, and you know what I'm saying, oh, I agree with it, you know what I'm saying? It sounds good, you know what I'm saying? I done talked to a lot of people, man, that be like, man, I can hear somebody speak knowledge all day. You know what I'm saying? But this is what they saying. I can hear it all day. But when it come down to the last part where he said, and keep it, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing to hear something, it's another thing to hear it and do it. You know what I'm saying? So more blessed are you, man, to hear these words, man, hear God's law, statutes, and commandments, and keep them. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to bring up.
That's right, man. Get that brother here.
1 Peter 2:17, sir.
It's the book of 1 Peter, chapter 2, verse 17. Honor all men. Love the brotherhood. Fear God. Honor the king.
Now, if we are in I.S.U.P.K, we know this. We try to teach people on the outside this. Fear God. Don't fear that man.
That's right.
Fear God. And part 2, love the brotherhood. Love your brother. You know, love that brother. I don't care how that brother is. Love that sister. How the sister love. You know, that's what it's all about. Love. You know, fearing God, follow His law, statutes, commandments, and loving your brother. Having brotherhood and sisterhood. This is really what it's all about. You know, and honor the king, honor YAHANNA.
That's right.
You know, honor him. He deserves honor. He died for us. You know, he paid a heavy price for us. So that's the thing we just, you know, that's what we need to do. Honor him. Look at Romans 12:10.
Book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 10. And it reads, be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love, in honor, preferring one another.
That's what I like about I.S.U.K. You know, use on that outside. People are not, you know, affectionate towards.
Right.
You know, I'm talking about. I remember like when I was younger. You know, I got like 3-4 girlfriends at one time. You know.
Right.
I always had that one
brother. No.
You know, but I always had that one. Talk to me crazy, like nothing, like whoa, and get mad when I leave.
Right.
That's, you know, that's why, you know, I always have your house. You gotta hear that crazy. I'm talking about. But this thing about it, you can be good to a person.
Right.
You know, like I said, don't expect nothing, man.
Right.
Out in that world, expect nothing back. You know, they out there in the world expect nothing back. You know, if they change, hey, you know, you doing your, you know, they hearing.
Right.
They you know, they accepting what you are talking about.
That's right.
Because you told them be kind of affection toward another. You know, another brother in love. You know, that's when you start seeing them coming into class. You know, they start doing more than hearing. They start doing.
That's right.
You know, they're gonna, we gotta stay with them. You know, when you see them falling off, hey, give them a call. You know, hey, brother, I see you in class before you come to play. I remember one time I wanted to quit. They say, come to class.
That's right.
Call my time.
Damn right.
You know, I wanted to give up because my family give me a hard time.
That's right.
You know, I thought like I don't know if I do say all the things he didn't say that y'all said. Be in class Tuesday.
That's right.
And I was in class and then editors. And,
that's right.
You know, now my family, you know, yeah, they still say Christian out, you know, Holy Ghost filled with fire.
Right.
Hallelujah.
Right.
Thank you, Jesus.
Right.
Well, that's them. You know, I come over there, they put it on Benny Hinn. They're like, I want to see Kenny Copeland. I mean, they do it just to mess with me.
Right.
I'm like, oh, y'all gonna make me watch it on press and teach me about the Most High. Yeah, I was like, come on. I said, I'd appreciate $2 million.
Good.
At least I know. I know. And you see black.
Right.
But you want to throw on Benny Hinn, Kenny Copeland, then what they got that female. It's a Edomite female. I mean, be teaching. I know. I don't even know her name. You know, she be teaching like up there. Like, I'm trying to be around my mom. You know, mom kind of slipping. You know, man kind of going. I'm like, mom, I can't even talk to Bible.
Right.
I don't know. She used to just come at me. Nah, I can come at her. One here, class of ears. That ain't what my pastor taught me. I said, what you mean what your pastor taught me? I'm telling you, this is scripture.
Right out the Bible.
Right out the Bible.
But pastor got a hold on it.
Pastor got him.
Good night, man.
Pastor got him. Everyone, it went from, she went through, been through 3 pastors.
Right.
4 pastors. And every last one of them had. You know.
Good night.
You know, we'll not hear that truth. You know, we'll not got high blood pressure. We'll not stop eating pork. I'm talking about. I mean, but come in front of me, you know, watching Benny Hinn eating on the pork chop sandwich.
Good night.
Like, oh, mama, come on now, mama. Well, hey, you know, that's be going between them, me and the Most High. I said, well, hey, I hate to tell you this month. I get that one.
Good night.
I'm behind tears in my eyes. But you gotta go. You know, it's just crazy. Your own people won't even respect. You know when they call themselves, God, like, but when you really come at them like that with these law, statutes, commandments, and these precepts and breakdowns, all of a sudden they ain't so holy. They talking all rough bitch and everything. All of a sudden that nice demeanor, then disappear. Because you don't step on their toes. You don't say something. You don't cut them. In other words, you don't cut them with those scriptures. We're gonna go to Galatians 3:28, one of the most favorite scriptures. They love this. They love to pull this one out their behind.
Book of Galatians, chapter 3, verse 28. There is neither Jew nor Greek. There is neither bond nor free. There is neither male nor female, for ye are all one in Christ Jesus.
They say there's neither Jew nor Greek. So that would have been it right there. The Jews and the Greeks did it.
Right.
But these are like to say, this is how they include everybody in, instead of their own brothers. Instead of having the 12 tribes up in there, they want to include, they'll say there's neither Jew nor Greek. And they need bond or free, male or female, for we are all one in Christ Jesus. He wasn't talking about everybody. He was not talking about everybody on this. He was talking about the 12 tribes.
That's right.
That's what we was talking about. Y'all need to stop using that. They need to stop using that scripture to include that this man don't oppress the whole world, but yet you want him to share in on what you gonna receive. That's what you telling me. You want him, you got the covenant. You want him to have the covenant too? No. I don't want him to have nothing. I don't want him to have nothing but that punishment that's coming to him. Like I said, he that leadeth in captivity shall go into captivity. That's what I want him to do. He took us into captivity. I want him to go into captivity too. He killed us with the sword. I want him to be killed with the sword too. That's what I want. I got always, tired of teaching this scripture about this includes everybody when they don't. So let's go to Ephesians 4:29.
This book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 29. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to use to but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers.
Okay. In other words, in layman's terms, if you ain't got nothing good to say, shut your mouth.
That's right.
You know, if you got to talk to somebody, you know, instead of explaining something to them, you know, in a nice way, you know, nice way, you talking to them right, you know, same way you want to get talked to, you know, something that's will help instead of hurt. That's what you do, you know, edifying, you know, something that's gonna help, you know, something that's gonna something they doing, it makes them, you know, make them a little smarter, you know, on the decisions they making, you know, or the walk they walking, you know, I mean, you know, they hearing it, you know, you teaching them something good, in other words, you know, we teaching something that they can learn from them.
That's right.
You know, something they can learn from. Not no, no, you don't do that. You know, eyes they gonna better anything. Only thing they gonna make a problem worse. You know, so you talk, you know, use good language. Listen, let no corrupt communication come out your mouth. You know, so talk to that person same way you want to. If you like get cussed out, then that's you. You know, I'm pretty sure that other person know. You know, if you like somebody talking to you all bad and stuff, you know, I'm pretty sure the other person don't. So you have to think about that. You know, but Malachi 2:10, sir.
SHALAM.
This thing about it, you know, always try to talk to each other, you know, loving they can. Hey, I know everybody has a problem. I ain't gonna, you know, but I always remember, you know, love that person, you know, talk to them like you love them, you know. You know, because I know life is stressful. I'll be with 52 next week. You know, trust me, I done been through it all. You know, I know I don't like to throw a curveball to me. You know, but just remember, you know, to be sisters and be brothers to each other. You know,
That's right.
So always have that love. You know,
right.
But just think, you came from out of that world because the world did not love you. I.S.U.K loves you. You know, so you know you act like you love it. You got this, sir?
Come, sir. This is the book of Malachi, chapter 2, verse 10. We have, have we not all one Father? Have not one God created us? Why do we deal treacherously, every man against his brother?
Hold on, so like that, sir. You say, have we all one Father? We're talking about the other race. They ain't included in this.
That's right.
You know, that's what the Christian pastors say. You know, we're gonna have to pray for the white man. What we gotta pray for him for? He got everything.
Right.
You know, we need to start praying for each other. Start praying for these 12 tribes. So, you know, we have, you know, like you say, you know, have we not all one Father? So why do we deal treachery with each other? You know, every man against his brother, sister. Why? Just think of all the things that goes on the outside. So we don't left there. So we know we got tired of being dealt with treacherous. You got people, you got girls. They sleeping with their homegirls and husband. You know, they on the phone talking about them. They're all on social media beefing. You know, all this stuff. You got brother, this brother sleeping with this brother wife. You know, this brother that shot this brother, that killed this brother. You know, we got all kind of treacherous things going on that we do with each other. But we all have one Father. So he said, why do we deal treacherously with each other? Go ahead, sir.
Come on, sir. Why do we deal treacherously, every man against his brother? By profaning the covenant of our fathers.
See, that's why we in the fix we're in now. You know, well, you know what really did it when we started worshiping the other gods. We started taking on the nature of the oppressor, and that's why we're in the shape we're in now. You know, because we ain't gonna show no brotherhood. The women don't want to be women no more. They took on the nature of those strange women. Started wanting to dress like them, you know, act like them, talk like them. You know, they took on the nature of those other nations. You know, and we shouldn't be doing that because we are the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. This Bible was written especially for us. You know, like our officer Ron say, you know, said was in the Bible said basic instruction before leaving Earth.
That's right.
You know this is what this is. And I know, and this is what I'm trying to tell you. You know, we all brothers, we all call one Father. But he talking about the blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, and First Nation people. That's who he was talking about. He wasn't talking about the Edomites, the Israelites, the Elamites, the Japhites, the Hamites, none of them. He wasn't talking about them. He was talking about 12 tribes. You know, he was talking about them. He was doing no way, shape, or form, because that's what the Christian church are always doing. They always include everybody. They always include everybody. And you know, and when Amos 3:1, you know, and 2 talk about, you know, he says like we know we was he want to deal with Israel. And he said we seen we get punished. He's saying don't nothing happen to them because the Most High has nothing to do with him. He has nothing to do with no other nation but 12 tribes, but Israel, and that's all. We get 1 Peter 2:9.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 2, verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
You see what kind of special people we are.
Right.
You know, we are the chosen generation.
That's right.
We are from that royal priesthood. You are the princes of the power. We are the princes of the power.
That's right.
You know, like I said, this was not meant for no other nation out there except for the 12 tribes, blacks, Hispanic, Latinos, and First Nation people. That's right. It. That's all. I'm sorry. If you want to include them in, you know, you're in the wrong place. Because we ain't letting me. You know, maybe the I.U.I.C, you know, they got you can go over there. Because these scriptures was meant only for us.
Like if I could,
go ahead, sir.
I got a precept. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 19.
Yeah.
He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. Verse 20. He have not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord.
You know, that's right. You know, they don't know the law, statutes, commandments. That's right. Because it wasn't given to them.
That's right.
You know, and even if they was to follow, it wouldn't do them no good because they got punishment coming. Their punishment is coming. You know, so let me get the last verse, Romans 8:9.
Come on, sir. It's the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 9. And it reads, but ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit. If so be that the Spirit of God dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the Spirit of Christ, he is none of his.
See this brotherhood come in so strong for, you know, because that's what we teach the brothers out there. You know, hey, you're not in the flesh, but in the spirit. That's when you learn this truth.
That's right.
You come out, You come out that world and get this truth and start following these laws, statutes, commandments. You no longer in the flesh anymore.
Right.
You know, you follow these laws, statutes, commandments. You don't clean yourself up. You know, you strong enough now. Well, yeah, you can fight your flesh.
That's right.
You know, because the flesh, flesh won't what the flesh won't. You know, and you got to be strong enough to fight that flesh, because flesh don't stop. I want this. I want that. I miss these shrimp. Because that's where little things come to your mind. I miss pork chops.
Right.
You got to fight all that, because now they just like you go to the store now. Especially when you live wild a little bit. Pork is king. It's hard finding oxtail, stuff like that. Beef sausage.
Right.
Stuff like that. You have to try on somewhere just to get good, good local food.
Right.
But that's what I say, we're not in the flesh anymore. Like I said, I know life is hard. I know time is hard. I know, sometimes, you ain't feeling like you're feeling, but you always want some brotherhood and sisterhood.
Right.
Especially if you are in a relationship. That's something you must do. This is your husband, this is your wife for the rest of your life. That's it. She ain't going nowhere, you ain't going nowhere. So might as well have a little decorum about yourselves.
That's right.
And love each other. Because ain't nobody leaving nobody. Because I know I ain't gonna leave mine. All that good old food. I ain't leaving.
Those iron cry.
Carry me out in the gurney. Say, that's my class, just want to say one thing, don't let the devil ride you, always, try to, if you have something to say, say it to somebody, with some love and kindness. Like I said, don't be, I.S.U.P.K, don't be in all your feelings. I know women are emotional creatures. They be in their feelings, but always when you talk to somebody, always talk to them right.
That's right.
You want to do that, because you just don't know. Most High watching you. You say you change, but you still, happy. No, you ain't changed anything. But that was all. I'm gonna say, I.S.U.P.K. We stand.
Come. Men of Israel, I.S.U.P.K, Shabbat, Barak, YAHANNA, Yahushua, like men of Israel, saw, which means to turn, face the window. Men of Israel, Shabbat, Barak, Yahushua, Yazmatah, dismissed.
Excellent class, Lord.